What's up, everybody? This is from the Depths Collectables coming at you with another toy haul. Now, in this toy haul, we're going to talk about all the goodies that we picked up in the last toy hunt and the stuff that we picked up online because there was some really good online deals this week. So let's get into it. All right, first things first is the stuff that we picked up online. Now, Walmart was having a really awesome sale on McFarlane figures, and all the DC Multiverse stuff was deeply discounted. And I was super happy about that because I missed out on a lot of these ones that I picked up today. Now, what I picked up was a bunch of figures that I have not seen in stores or doubles of stuff that I already have that I'm thinking about doing customs of. First off is another Duke Thomas Batman. Now, I already have like 3 of these things, but I love this sculpt so much that I bought another one because I'm thinking about doing another repaint like I did earlier. If you haven't already, guys, check out that custom corner because I did repaint this guy and he came out looking amazing. Now, next up is Grifter. Now, Grifter, I was on the fence about picking up and I didn't know whether or not I wanted to or not. He does look really, really cool, but it's a little plain, you know. He doesn't really come with too many accessories. You know, he does have the knife and a sword, but he's more of a gun guy, so it's kind of weird. And I know that DC has this mandate about guns and stuff, but you got to give me something. At least give me, you know, one of those weird space-looking guns that looks like a laser gun or something. Now, in the middle here is the Azrael Batman armor. Now, this is the gold label edition, which I have never seen in the stores. I think I only saw one of these guys in the store, and that box was messed up. So I did not pick him up, and I'm so happy about getting this one on super deep discount. And next up is this energized armored Superman. Now, this guy looks really, really awesome. I did see the original version of this figure, you know, out in the stores. I did see it at a GameStop, but I was on the fence about it and I didn't pick it up. Unfortunately, I've never seen it again. So I did want to pick it up, but I didn't get my chance to. Then they released the gold label version, which was a little bit harder to find too, because anything with that gold label sticker on goes really, really fast. So I'm so happy about getting this one too on really deep discount. And last up is Ghostmaker. Now, Ghostmaker, I already have one, like I said, but I have an idea for this guy and I really want to do a custom of him. So I got another one for that custom. And honestly, guys, this was a great deal for everything that I picked up. And I also picked up a Bat Cycle, which I did not have on camera right now because I cannot find it. I honestly have way too much stuff here that I don't know where I put it, to be honest. But I did pick that up also, and you know, including that bike and all these figures, it was only 50 bucks, guys. All of these things were on super deep discount, and I was super happy about picking up because I could not find a lot of these in the store. So moving on from those DC characters to this one right here, and this is the gold label Beast Boy. Now, this is brand spanking new. It just hit the shelves, and I'm super happy about finding this one because it was the only one that I found on my hunt. Now, I've seen people on the internet finding like shelves of these guys and, you know, finding pegs and pegs and pegs of these guys, but I haven't seen any since. It's the same thing with the Vampire Joker that everybody's trying to get that also came out with the Beast Boy here. I do not have that one yet. I have not seen it, and if I ever do see it, I might pick it up because it is a really cool looking figure. But I'm really happy about picking up this one right here because I don't think I will ever find another one. Because in my area, a lot of these gold label and platinum editions really get bought up. Unless it's something that's been sitting around for a long time, it really does get bought up really, really quick. So let's move on to the wrestling figures this week with the AEW Unmatched Series 4 figures that I picked up. And I'm super happy about getting these two because Jade Cargill here is probably one of my favorite women's wrestlers in AEW right now, other than Thunder Rosa. And CM Punk here, you know, we're not going to be getting any more figures of CM Punk. So if you really are a fan of CM Punk, I suggest you jump in on these because honestly, I don't think we're going to see another CM Punk wrestling figure in a good long while. So if you see these guys out there, if you see these figures, pick them up because they are really great looking figures of really great wrestlers. Alrighty, now let's move on to a really big clearance find for me, and that is the new Disney Plus wave. Now, I got most of these guys on clearance, only, you know, for a couple of them that I didn't get on clearance. But I'm so happy about getting these ones because I really wanted to build Khonshu. Now, I really don't care about these characters, to be honest, other than the Red Skull, because, you know, the Red Skull figure is a great representation of the MCU Red Skull, and it's a great figure to have. Even the classic Loki is a good one to have also. But the other ones didn't really catch my eye. The thing that really did catch my eye was the Build-A-Figure, and that is Khonshu. And Khonshu comes from the Moon Knight series that is on Disney Plus. It is probably one of my favorite of the Disney Plus shows that have come out so far. And I really wanted to get Khonshu because he is a pivotal character to Moon Knight's story. And I also do have, you know, Moon Knight and Mr. Knight. So I needed the, you know, trio together. You know, you can't have Moon Knight without Khonshu. So I had to pick up these figures, and I'm so happy I waited because all of these are on clearance right now. If you were on the fence like I was about these characters, guys, go out there, pick them up because they're on super deep discount. Most of these were half off basically, and I'm pretty sure in most places it's even going to be steeper than that. You know, I've seen some places posting 60 to 70% off on these guys, and even some of the other waves like the Thor Love and Thunder ones that are still hanging around, and some of the newer ones that have just been sitting around lately. You know, they're going on deep discount right now. So if you're really into these guys and you weren't worried about paying those prices, go out there, check it out right now, guys, because they're on discount. Speaking of Marvel Legends on clearance, Ulrich here is finally on clearance. Now, this one is a deluxe figure, which was sitting around like, you know, 30 bucks, which is kind of cheap for a deluxe figure nowadays. You know, you see deluxe figures sitting at $50, damn near $60 at some places. So Ulrich here was a kind of good, you know, welcome change to all of that at being $30, you know what I mean? But I didn't want to pick him up. I was on the fence, really thinking about picking him up, but I decided to go against it and just let him sit there. And luckily my patience did pay off because he is hitting clearance. He is only $19. And that is a perfect price for this guy because I wish he did have a little bit more with him. I know he has a lot of accessories, you know, compared to what we do get on Marvel Legends nowadays. But it needed some more stuff for me to, you know, make it a complete buy. But at $19, that's a no-brainer. You pick these things up at $19, you're gonna make some kind of money because even if you're not selling these things, like the figure value itself is basically making you money. If you're really into this guy or into these big bulky characters, I suggest you pick them up. Alright, and finally for the Marvel Legends stuff that I picked up this week was a really cool surprise. Now I wasn't even looking for this character, but I was at a random Target and in the collectibles section in the back, they had one of the Dark Phoenixes from the X-Men Retro Card series. Now these just hit the shelves and I doubt you'll find any of these sitting on the pegs, to be honest. When it comes to these retro card figures, guys, they get bought up left and right, unless it's Storm. Yeah, you remember those days where Storm was just sitting in the pegs, you know, clogging them up left and right, and nobody could get rid of those things. But when it comes to all the other characters, they go flying right off the shelf. So if you see one of these, I suggest you pick them up because they're not gonna last long. Alright, before we get into the big stuff that we picked up this week, let's finish off the clearance deals that we got with this Beastman and Darkseid. Now, Beastman finally hit clearance. I've been waiting so long for this guy to hit clearance because these figures look amazing, guys. I have to hand it to Mattel when it comes to these, you know, Masters of the Universe Revelation figures or these, like, you know, more deluxe figures with the new Eternia. They are great. These figures are amazing. They are highly articulated. They have tons of, like, you know, different details. Some, like this Beastman here, even have, like, you know, soft goods. You know, they got tons of accessories and they're making, you know, Marvel Legends look like jokes, to be honest, guys. These are sitting at like usually $20, $30 and it's not bad for what you're getting. Like this Beastman here was sitting at $30 for a good minute, but it finally dropped down to a good 20 bucks. And that's perfect for this. I went ahead and picked it up because I have an idea for the custom. You know, I do want to kind of like darken the leather on the pads and stuff like that he has. Because this figure looks awesome, but I want to make it look even better. So I went ahead and picked this one up because it's going to be an awesome looking custom. Now with Darkseid here, Darkseid was $4. When a figure is $4, guys, that's a no-brainer. You got to pick that up. Now these are sitting around Walmarts everywhere. I've seen pegs and pegs and pegs of these Darkseids, and I'm pretty sure they're probably going to drop even further from these $4 that are showing up in some Walmarts. I'm pretty sure maybe if you wait a little bit longer, you could probably get them for $1, you know, eventually, because there's a lot of them out there, guys. So if you're ever wondering about these guys, if you're ever on the fence about picking them up, now's the time. Even though I did not cover it in the last toy hunt, I do have a TikTok video showing us walking up on the NECA Haul-a-thon. Now, I was there to, you know, a little bit early. You know, I already knew that the Target stores were gonna go ahead, jump the gun, and put this stuff out a day or two early. So I went the day before the Haul-a-thon was supposed to officially start, and I found everything on the shelf like I thought I would. So if you want to see that video, guys, go check out the TikTok. It's really good. It's funny because you get to hear kids screaming their heads off. It's hilarious because, you know, no toy aisle is complete without a kid screaming. But out of that, I did pick up some really good stuff. So I picked up the Triceratops Zog. Now this thing is massive, guys. I thought this thing was big when I saw the pictures when it was first announced, but getting this in hand, guys, the box itself is gigantic. You know, it's crazy that this thing was even sitting on the shelf still. You know, there's a little bit of box damage on it, which I'm not worried about because I'm actually going to take this guy out. Now, this figure from the comic book series looks amazing. There's a lot of great detail in there, and the size of the figure is something that I really want to mess with because I've never really had a figure this beefy before. It's really cool, and I kind of want to see the articulation and how it moves around and whatnot. I'm thinking, you know, with these comic book figures, I'm thinking about just taking them out of the boxes because I do have Slash from the comic series also, and I'm thinking about picking up the Brothers when the Brothers drop. And I really like the, like, you know, real beefy look to all the comic book, you know, characters and stuff. So I want to take those out and have those on a display out in the open and not in the boxes like I do my other NECA stuff. It would be a lot cooler to have like on the shelf, and you know, I can move around and maybe, you know, take some pictures, do some photo shoots or something like that. But it is a really cool figure to get. Now, I don't think you could be able to find any of these things if you go out there and look, because the Haul-a-thon has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and whatever's good is already gone, guys. You already know how this stuff works with the NECA Haul-a-thon stuff. If you're not there in like the first like 20 minutes of them putting stuff out, all the good stuff's gone. But I was able to pick this one up and get it in my collection. I'm super happy about that. On the other hand, I did also pick up one of the Target exclusive Last Ronin figures, which is part of the NECA Haul-a-thon. This figure is basically the same figure as the original release of the Last Ronin, except he's all red. You know how Target likes those all red exclusives. So I went ahead and picked this one up because I do have the original Ronin. All I need is just the unarmored version, and I got all three versions. You know, this is a line that I'm all in on because The Last Ronin is an amazing story. If you have not read the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin story, I suggest you do that because it is a great story. Alright, last but not least is the big ticket item that sent me on my hunt in the first place. That is this Transmetal Megatron from the Transformers Legacy series. Now, as soon as I heard this thing was hitting the shelves, I was out there looking real hard because this I really wanted. When it comes to Transformers, I'm not a big fan of the cars and, you know, all the vehicles and whatnot. I'm more into the animals. Now, I want to say back in the day, we had a version of this character. The one I'm remembering had two heads though. It was a dragon, and I don't remember if it was Megatron or not, but it had two heads and it was a dragon. And I remember that, you know, Transformer vividly because it was one that we played with a lot. I love, you know, dragons, I love dinosaurs, and anything dragon, anything dinosaur, anything reptile, I'm all over. So as soon as I saw this thing announced, I had to get it. I was thinking about pre-ordering it, but I did not have the money at the time to pre-order it. So I just, you know, rolled the dice and hoped to find it out there in the wild. And luckily, it paid off because I got the Transmetal Megatron. So happy about getting this guy that I'm going to take him out of the box. I'm going to, you know, pose him up, and I'm happy to get this in my collection because it's a very cool character and a very cool looking dragon. Alright guys, that was the haul for this week, and it was another great haul and another great hunt. I'm so happy about picking up the stuff that I picked up because not only did I save a buck, I also picked up stuff that I really wanted and needed in my collection. So what did you guys pick up this week? Were you lucky in finding any of the figures that you were out there looking for? Did you get any good deals on the clearance deals that are out there? Let me know down in the comments down below. So with that being said, I'm from the Depths Collectables. If you like this stuff right here, be sure to like and subscribe, because we have all kinds of videos like toy hunts, toy hauls, and something I call the custom corner, where I take some of the figures that I pick up and customize them the way I like it. So if you're into any of that stuff, be sure to subscribe. We're so close to that 400 subscriber mark and our 400 subscriber giveaway. So if you want to be a part of that, guys, be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.